Good afternoon everybody, I'm Steve Dakin, I'm part of the Rod Hutchinson team and you join me on my second trip to France this year along with 8 other anglers including fellow team member Jason Fisher to Carp Prunet. Lovely piece of water, probably 30 to 35 acres, split into 2 bays by an island down the middle with fish up to nearly 80 pounds. So we've come out armed with the LT test bait, which is going to be available to everybody soon, and try to put it through its paces and hopefully this time get some fish on the bank for you. Low pressure, cloudy, bit of rain, decent conditions, and it's warm for a change. So hopefully within the next few days you may see a few fish on the bank. Well, just on Sunday, Saturday evening, uneventful, although myself and Jason were both done on 1 rod apiece, both fishing backleads, so now the backleads are off. This is the side of the lake that I'm fishing on. Around about 20 wraps out. I found a nice firm bottom. I've been helped by the fact that Jay's got a camera on his boat, and it's surprising what you find on the bottom of these lakes. It really is. Managed to get some clear spots now. So my side of the lake, there's actually 7 people fishing, 4 on the bottom bank. There's a lad right opposite me, and there's 1 lad right in the corner, so there's 7 of us on this. As you pan round, you've got depths to 16, 17 feet. Then there's the island in the middle of the lake with 2 cut throughs, one just here as you can see, and one further down that moves into the second bay where Jay's fishing along with just 1 other. So there's only 2 of them fishing in this side, which could be a help, might not be. Just sorting tea out, and we see here the Hutchie 2-man bivvy with the Euro wrap. Never seen anything as big in my life. We've got the fridge, the freezer, the barbecue, everything inside that bivvy. Absolutely fantastic bit of kit. And here we are in the second bay. Like I said, 35 to 38 acres of water. So Jay's managing to fish in basically 18, 19 acres with just 1 other. Fish not really showing, we've seen 2 or 3, but not as many as we thought. But hopefully should have something soon. So off the mark with the LT at Prunet, nice mid-20 common, hard hooker with a corn topper, just to see if we can stop the crayfish, but we haven't had any trouble with them so far, which is really good. So put this one back, and Jason's got one as well, so we'll see what he's got in his net. Here's Jason's fish, 27.5 pound Prunet common, again on the LT. Hard hooker, hard hooker over a bed of particle and LT boilies. Well, just before first light in the mist, another prehistoric beast decided we were going to come and say hello. Not very fun. 55 pound of it, so we're just going to get him back as quick as we can. Join us here Wednesday morning. Both myself and Jason managed to fish out from margin spots that we've found. Seen some fish under there yesterday. Jay's just had a 21 pound mirror. Can only seem to get the stockies at the moment though, but at least we're keeping away from the catfish. I've got one in the net, so we'll put this one back and we'll see what I've caught. My offering 21.12. Plump little common, again from a marginal spot. Hard LT hook bait, the corn topper, over plenty of particle and boilie. Like I say, at least we're out of the way of the sturgeon for a little while, and we'll see what the day brings. Wednesday morning, winds got up, bit of rain. For the life of me, I can't understand why we haven't seen one of the better fish show so far this week. Conditions have been perfect. I've moved my rods now from the open water spots. I'm now down along this margin. Plenty of trees to get under. Found a couple of spots with no snags. So hopefully today we might see something a bit bigger. Very wet Wednesday afternoon. 33 1/4 common. Again from margin spot. LT doing the business, hard hooker with corn topper, over particle and plenty of boilie. Let's get him back, see if weather dries up and see if we can catch some more. Wednesday afternoon, we've just managed to get out of the bivvies. It's been absolutely siling it down all day. But what we have noticed is, especially during the worst of the rain, the swallows have been hitting the water in great numbers, so there's obviously a big mayfly hatch. And whilst this is happening, the carp have been crashing all over the place. So both me and Jason have decided that the carp must be up in those upper layers of the water, especially mid-water and open water spots. I'm not a good zig angler, so we've also seen sturgeon on the top, so I don't fancy catching one of those on a zig rig. I've been down to check my spots in the margin and there's fish still over the top of them, so I'm quite happy there. But if nothing happens within the next 12, 18 hours, then maybe you may see me try a bit of zigging. Time will tell. Well, 2 minutes after being sat outside in the sun, this is what we've got now. Dear oh dear. I'm so glad I made it inside and got my clothes that were soaking back in off the line. This is ridiculous. Jay's just had 2 runs in 2 minutes. First one took him straight into the snags, so we don't know what that one. But this one, a ghost linear, £22. Fantastic looking creature. Again over the LT, in the margins. Let's see what the night brings. In 2 fish in the snags, finally managed to get another smallish common out, £22.5. Again, the LT doing the business, so it's turning out to be quite a good week. Let's get him back, see what the evening brings. Well, last morning, weather's really dull but really sticky. You can tell by the look of me, I've not had a shave for a week. The fish are still coming from the margin spot. Nothing in open water. Mayfly hatches are continuing every couple of hours. Swallows are everywhere. Carp crashing everywhere. A lot of fish in the upper surfaces. But we've seen a lot of carp along the edges, but nothing showing in the middle. There seem to be sturgeon and cats that are crashing on the top in open water, which is strange for this place. But we'll see how the day goes. Hopefully bring you a few more fish. Last night fish just before tea. £56 2 ounce brute. Again, margin spot. Plenty of LT boilie. LT hard hooker with a corn topper. Can't get any better than this. Let's let him go, he's had enough. And this is getting a bit wet. Ooh. Yes. Well, what can you say? Last night, just before tea, after 30 kilos of LT and 40 kilos of particle on the margin spot, an old 56-pound mirror decided to come and say hello. Now, I lost 2 decent fish in the snags and I wasn't going to lose this one, so as soon as I hooked it after one beep, I bullied it, really bullied it, and it came away from the snag as I hoped it would, but that doesn't usually happen. Now, just proves a point in, instead of following the crowd, following what happened the week before on the lakes, use your time and try and find the fish. Now, it took me till the 3rd day to find the fish in the margins. Once you find them, you probably catch them. And it's just been a case of walking the boat down 140 yards, down the margin, dropping the bait off, and then I was able to pick the boat up from a gap in the trees just 15 yards from where I dropped the bait off. So that part's easy. So there we go. Bait's back out. Let's hope for another chunk.